What are some facts about Rigoberta Menchú? Have you ever wondered about the life of a person who has become a symbol of indigenous rights in Latin America? Rigoberta Menchú is one such remarkable individual. Born on January 9, 1959, in a small village called Chimal in the Quiché province of Guatemala, she belongs to the Quiché Maya ethnic group. This group is one of many indigenous peoples that enrich the cultural fabric of Latin America. From a young age, Rigoberta faced the harsh realities that many indigenous communities endure. She experienced poverty, discrimination, and violence, especially during Guatemala's civil conflict, which lasted from 1960 to 1996. Her family suffered greatly during this time. Her mother was kidnapped, tortured, and killed by the Guatemalan army. Two of her sisters joined guerrilla forces to fight against government oppression. In 1981, due to the dangerous conditions in her homeland, Rigoberta fled to Mexico. There, she began advocating for indigenous rights on an international scale. In 1983, while in Paris, she dictated her life story to Elizabeth Burgos. This resulted in the publication of her book, Rigoberta Menchú, an Indian woman in Guatemala. The book detailed the suffering of indigenous peoples during the Civil War and highlighted the torture and murder of her family members. It was translated into many languages and brought global attention to the struggles faced by Guatemala's indigenous population. Rigoberta's activism earned her the Nobel Peace Prize in 1992. This recognition was for her efforts to promote social justice, peace, and reconciliation in Guatemala. She used the prize money to establish the Rigoberta Menchú Foundation, which continues to support indigenous rights and human rights causes. In addition to her activism, Rigoberta entered politics to increase indigenous representation. She founded Guatemala's first indigenous political party, WINAC, which means the wholeness of the human being in the Mayan language. She ran for president in 2007 and 2011. Although she did not win, her campaigns brought attention to indigenous issues within Guatemalan politics. Rigoberta's story has faced some controversy, particularly regarding the accuracy of certain details in her autobiography. Critics have questioned some events described in her book. However, her role in raising awareness about indigenous struggles and human rights violations remains widely respected. From a Latin cultural perspective, Rigoberta Menchú embodies the resilience and voice of indigenous peoples in Latin America. Her life reflects the broader history of indigenous resistance against oppression. She continues to fight for the preservation of indigenous identity, culture, and rights in a region marked by colonial legacies and social inequalities. Through her advocacy, she promotes recognition of indigenous languages, traditions, and political participation, which are essential components of Latin American cultural diversity and history.